Welcome, everybody, to the August 2023 Metaphysical Chat on the first Monday of the month. So glad to have you here. Looking forward to taking all your questions tonight. Please remember, this is supposed to be Metaphysical Chat. So I would love it if you would bring some metaphysical questions along with all the personal, because, you know, we do the personal stuff on the third Saturday of every month. So there's plenty of time to get those questions answered. All righty. I'm a little frazzled here because I've got my granddaughter and we're juggling things and trying to get here on time for a change. So let's see who we have here. It looks like we got about 10 people so far. Hopefully a few more will show up and keep us going for a while. Otherwise, we're going to finish late. Now, I do have to tell you, there are thunderstorms going on outside. So let's ask the angels to please keep that signal strong despite what's going on out there, so that we can have our fun tonight. So, has everybody seen or read the August metaphysical report from Metatron, the forecast? A lot of good stuff in there. Some crazy stuff supposedly going to happen this month, along with some good stuff. So, mixed bag. But again, Metatron is emphasizing, have your go bag ready because you don't know where it's going to hit you. Did you guys see that house that collapsed in Alaska the other day? I mean, stuff like that is just happening randomly all over the place. So we need to be ready to go at a moment's notice. We need to be working on our self-care. All of those things are important. And then you got to remember to bring the fun in there so that you can continue on your journey, expanding your consciousness, having a great time, because you're supposed to be living this life, not just all, you know, drudgery and fear, because there's way too much fear, you guys. And that's part of what we're doing here. Bringing the angels in is to help you have the confidence, the faith, the trust in your personal angels. They've got you. You don't have to worry. You just need to lean on them, ask for their help, and then take action when they bring you inspired thought. So I'm going to keep repeating that because they keep repeating it. They're beating the drum like crazy. So I'm just faithfully delivering the message. Hopefully you'll take it to heart. Take care of yourself. Be safe. Be prepared in these crazy times we're living in. So with that, let's scroll up and see where we're at with questions. Looks like, Michaela, you are first up tonight. And you want to know, will you be uniting with your twin flame? And any messages from Metatron? So for Michaela, is it highly likely that she will be reuniting with her twin flame? Oh, I get a no on that right away, Michaela. So are you saying never? They're done? Yeah. For this lifetime, the two of you have done what you needed to do. So it's looking like that's in the past. And what it feels like, you're encouraging her to move on. Yeah. If having a relationship is important to you, then don't get stuck on that one, because the truth is, there's not just one right person for you. There's actually multiples out there. And your angels will help you come into contact with them so that you can determine whether or not they're the one you want to stick with. So don't limit yourself to just that one, because if everybody limited themselves to just one twin flame per lifetime, there'd be a lot of lonely people and probably a lot less children in this world. So just know, it's not the be all end all. For whatever reason, that one has processed. So as much as you can, be at peace with that and move on. So anything else that you want to share with Michaela before we move on? Yeah, they're just patting your head and saying, we've got you. We love you. Chin up. You will be fine. Just keep moving forward. There's so much more joy waiting for you, Michaela, but don't let yourself get stuck in that place of regret or longing for something that's over and done with. So I hope that helps. Makes sense. Dana, what messages for Dana from her angels tonight? There's still time. I'm hearing there's still time, Dana. So I don't know if that makes sense to you. So it's something that she's been meaning to do that she hasn't done. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. So there's still time to do whatever that thing is that's been on the back of your mind that comes up over once in a while, but you keep pushing it back because other things take priority. So there's still time to do it. And are you saying it's important to bring it to the forefront soon? No, not necessarily. There's no hurry about this one, Dana. So let it simmer as long as it needs to simmer. It's fine. There will be time for it. When the clock swings around and the spot, this is making no sense to me. I hope it makes sense to you. But the spot allocated for whatever that thing is, when it comes around, there will be time for it. So don't worry about it. And in truth, they tell us not to worry ever because, worry just brings more things to worry about. So it's the wise thing to do to stay out of worry, fear, and doubt. They do not serve us and they drag us down. Ooh, thunder cracking out there. Hey, Susanna. Thank you for the blessings and light. Yeah, things are good. Daniel, hey, welcome to your first live stream. What is the Lion's Gate portal and what is the significance? Okay, so I only have a vague idea of what it is, so let's just see what they have to say. For Daniel, can you explain to him what is the Lion's Gate portal? It's the energy of Leo. Okay, so it's the energy of Leo that gets an extra supercharged boost on the 8th of August. So it's 8-8, and of course that's double infinity, right? So it's all this powerful energy that converges on the 8th of August. In the past, it didn't used to be such a big deal, but as we're moving into these more turbulent times, we're accelerating, we're in 4D, all this stuff is swirling around, powerful energies. It's become even more potent than it used to be. Now, that is not true for everybody. So the thing to know about this is that if it's important to you, if you're feeling that energy, then pay attention. Ask your angels for help to figure out if there's something you need to do or if you just want to ride the wave through it. Because for some people, it doesn't mean a whole lot. For others, it's really important. It's a mixed bag. And that has a lot to do with where you're at in your spiritual journey as well. So there's no wrong answer there, Daniel. It's just feel your way through it. Let your intuition guide you and ask your angels to help steer that ship if you get a little off kilter and you're not sure what to do next. What else did you say? Yeah, so I think that covers it. And if you need more clarification, just let me know. And also thank you for the metaphysical question. I appreciate that. Jennifer, hey, good to see you too. Do your guides think your finances will get better soon? Okay, so for Jennifer H, can you give her some good news about her finances? Oh, I get a yes on that. So is there a shift, a positive shift in her finances coming soon? Soon. So what does soon mean? Is that less than 3 months? Okay, less than 2 months. No. So like around 10 weeks, maybe? Okay, so like 10 to 12 weeks, there's going to be some kind of a shift, Jennifer. So watch for that because they've told me recently in other calls that somewhere in that time frame also, there's going to be some kind of a shift in the economy. Excuse me, you guys, I got to mute a second. Got a tickle here. So something is coming up in the fall with the economy. There's going to be some kind of a shift. They've been talking about that for a while. So it sounds like yours is going to fall in that same time frame. So for people looking to buy a house and all kinds of other big life decisions, maybe let that simmer a little bit for a couple of months before you make any big commitments. Becky, hey. Your career path. You've been applying for jobs, but you don't feel particularly interested in anything. Any guidance? Okay. Well, you probably heard me say this before, Becky, but they're not going to tell you what to do. They will present options to you, but it's really incumbent upon you to lean in and figure out what is that thing that feeds your soul? What is that thing that you really want to do? And how can you incorporate that? Now, that doesn't mean it has to be a job. It can be outside of a job, but often it has something to do with a job. So let's just ask for Becky. Any inspired ideas for what direction she might look in for a career? Rising above, something about rising above, Becky. It's like you've been too much in the weeds so that you can't see the bigger picture. And I'm seeing you climbing what looks like a ranger tower in the forest. So you're climbing up above the trees to get that greater vantage point from which you will be able to get inspired ideas. So can you give her a clue what she might be looking for when she gets up there? You're looking for the warm spots, not the hot spots, but the warm spots. So as you're up there and you're looking around, you're looking for something that feels warm in your solar plexus, and that's your guide. That's a guidepost that will help lead you to something that will be a good match for you. So that's really interesting. Anything else you want to say about that? Yeah, there's more than one choice. So don't limit yourself. Look around. Treat it like a smorgasbord, Becky. Try some of them. And the one that is the very most delicious, that's the one you want to settle on, at least in the short term. Give it a go, see how it works out. And you can always change your mind later if it doesn't end up being a good long-term choice. But yeah, you got to get out of the weeds and get the greater visual before you're going to get that inspired idea. That's where it's hiding. Hey, Sister of Six, great to see you. Hang on, you just jumped on me. It always happens. So aggravating. Okay, so hello and blessings. You would love a message from your guides. Okay, so for Sister of Six, what do you want to share with Sister of Six tonight? I'm hearing Tarara Boomdier, sister. So to me, that's celebratory energy. So you're saying she's got something to celebrate? Yeah. So whatever it is that's going on in your life, you're either very close to or you already have achieved something that is cause for celebration. And they're saying, don't rush through it. Savor it. Really take the time to dive in. I'm seeing you jumping into a pile of leaves like a little child. You go that big pile of leaves and you just go jump in there and you wallow around and you just have so much fun in your celebration. So they want you to bring that kind of energy, really celebrate before you move on to the next thing. So let me know if that makes sense. Hey, Donna, welcome. Asking for blessings for your 10-day self-taught transformation practice starting October 20th. Is it the optimal time to restart? So yeah, blessings from your team, of course. As soon as you ask, you got that. And for this 10-day program of Donna's, is October 20th the optimal time to restart? Yeah, get a big yes on that. Anything else she needs to know about it? No, you got this. Just flow through it. It'll be fine. In fact, any of those niggling doubts that are there that are distracting you, let them go. They're just a waste of time. You've got the picture, you got the vision. Now it's just a matter of you moving through, delivering and enjoying, really enjoying though. It's almost like when you do these things, you're kind of taking for granted the results. Don't do that. Really savor the results. Allow more energy to get bound up into that because there's something about that for you, Donna. When you do that, I'm seeing this big ball winding up of energy and it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, which is going to propel you onto something even grander. But don't skimp in that time of celebrating, acknowledging, really being an appreciation for what you have just accomplished. There's something that's been missing there for you. So that might be the piece that you've been looking for. Anyway, I know it sounds weird, but hopefully it makes sense to you. Oh, you like the purple. I'm so glad. Thanks, Sister of Six. Jennifer. Becky, about your past lives, you're curious about them. Okay. So is there anything you want to share with Becky about a past life? You had a lot of them. They're saying, ha, ha, ha. That's kind of a joke, right? Everybody's had a lot of them. So is there anything you want to share with her? Yeah, less focus on past lives, more focus on the present life. Because it's all done. You can't change it. And if there is something, and of course there's for everybody, there's something traumatic in a past life that needs to be dealt with. But here's the caveat. It only comes up when you're ready to process it. So you might not be ready to process it even in this lifetime or another, but when you are ready, it will come up. They will bring you clues, nudges, sometimes even visions to get that. So it's there for you to tap into. It's always in your records. But right now, there's nothing for you that you need to be concerned about. Just keep worrying, not worrying, that wrong word. Sorry, take that back. Just keep focusing in a positive, upbeat, gratitude spirit as you move forward on this present life journey, because that's where the focus needs to be. Sometimes we get caught up in a lot of focus on what was in our present life and, wondering about past lives. And unless it's purposeful to help you solve an issue in the present, it's just not a good use of your time. So let it go. Hopefully that makes sense. Kelly, can the guides tell you if your recent physical issues are connected to the upgrade to 4D? Tired, nauseous, headache, high blood pressure, weird and not normal. Okay, sorry to hear that. So for Kelly, all these weird symptoms, the nausea, the fatigue, high blood pressure, is that a 3D physical issue that she needs to be concerned about? No. So it's about 4D shift then. Yeah. They're saying, hey, Kelly, don't underestimate how much of it's taxing, how taxing the shift is on your physical body. And, if we have been working on our self-care and getting our bodies in shape and getting them stronger up until now, which Metatron has been lecturing us about for months. So if we've done that, then going through this 4D might be a little easier. But that's not meant to scold or anything. That's just meant to explain. So part of it's going to depend upon your fitness as you go through this, because it's like any other challenge. Your fitness will be tested. So there's a lot there. And what they're saying is lean into rest. Give yourself permission to rest as much as you need to, because that will facilitate the shifting. So more rest right now is a really wise thing for you to do. And also, when you feel up to it, get out and get your body moving. Get that beautiful, clean oxygen going through your system to re-energize you. And, if there's things you need to clean up in your diet, do that too, because lots of challenges are coming. So the more fit and prepared we are, the better for all of us. So it's a huge message that's going on right now. So anything else about that for Kelly? No, that's pretty much it, Kelly. So let me know if that helps. Hey, Felicity, glad you made it. You've just returned from launching the Magic Act on the Winter Circus Tour. That's exciting. What message from the angels? Okay, so for Felicity, now that she's back from launching the Magical Circus Tour, what do you want to share with her? I'm hearing good on you. So they're celebrating with you this breakthrough that you have, something you've been planning for so long and you've put so much time and effort into, that you are bringing it to fruition, that you are birthing it. And they're emphasizing birthing it. That's interesting. Okay. And so what about that? Yeah, they're saying, yes, sure, there's a little tweak here and there, always will be, but don't worry about that. All in all, the big picture is that you're on the right track. It's going well. Keep going. But yeah, it's really important for you also to take those periodic breaks to refresh, not to overextend yourself, because you are launching something massive at the same time that your body is going through this transformation into 4D. So don't underestimate the potency of that. Wherever you can, give yourself ease. Self-care, super important for you and those involved. So hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if you need more about that. Hey, Linda. Oh, hey, Leo. Glad you could make it. I hope you were having a good time on the circus tour. If you went, I'm not sure if you went. So for Leo, what do you want to share with Leo tonight? He's anxious to hear from you. Good on you too, Leo. Yeah, they're just celebrating with you. They're like doing the boogie woogie and dancing around, and they're wearing purple gowns. Usually they wear something different, but tonight they're wearing purple gowns. That's interesting. So what else do you want to share with Leo? They're having a special party to celebrate with you. Yeah. Lean into the excitement of life, Leo. Don't take anything for granted. There is just so much waiting for you the next step and the next step and the next step, but don't get in a hurry. Take your time, one step at a time, appreciating all the wonderful things that life is bringing to you. And then the next step. Don't be in a hurry to grow up. Take your time. Really enjoy the life. Enjoy this time with your mom and your friends, because you never get that back again. It's so precious. And even though you are tapped in and you're getting a lot of information yourself, there's so much more wisdom that you can tap into in your inner circle. So don't overlook that. Lean on them and allow them to support you. But you're doing fine. And they are just giving you a big round of applause to say, keep going. You're doing great. And they love you so much. They want you to know how much they love you. Let that lift you up and cheer you as you move forward. You're doing a great job. Okay. Mary, hey, welcome. Lots of storms in the Northeast right now. Yeah. You'd like to know if your angels or spirit guides have a message. Okay, so for Mary, what do you want to share with Mary tonight? So they're being silly, Mary. They're saying Mary's not contrary. And the rain makes her garden grow. Okay. What else do you want to share with Mary? Yeah, they're just hanging around, shooting the hoops, having a really good time, waiting for you to put them to work. You're not giving them enough work to do, Mary. So they're saying, hey, honey, what do you want to do? Let's play. Let's expand. What is it that's important that you want to accomplish now? Give us some assignments, because they're ready. They're willing. They're waiting. Give them something to engage them so that they can help you, because that's their heart's desire, to help you. Anything and all that you need, no matter how large or how small, turn it over to them. Let them work out the details. You enjoy what they bring into your pathway then. So yeah, more leaning on the angels, because they're a little bit bored right now, Mary. They need more work to do. Delegate, delegate, delegate. That's a good thing to remember. Hey, Colleen, a message from Metatron. You're feeling a little low vibe. I'm sorry. Okay. So Metatron, what can you share with Colleen? Gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. Spread sunshine all over the world. So for Colleen, even though you might feel a little bit blue, push it away. Find something uplifting to look at. Be cheerful. Look for that next thing on the horizon and keep moving forward towards it. Give yourself that moment, feeling a little bit low, but also know, Colleen, your body is going through a lot right now as you are shifting. If you're not conscious of it, then it doesn't mean it's not happening. It's just kind of in the background, but it's kind of like a buzzing in the background, like not a static, but a buzzing, more of a buzz. How do you want to explain that? So it's there. And like if there was some noise that was kind of irritating and it's buzzing in the background, it can cause you to feel fatigued because it's annoying. It's interrupting your peace. So as much as possible, acknowledge it, let it pass by, do what you can to get extra rest, extra good nutrition, get your body moving. And, everybody, this is for everybody really. But do all of that, keep moving forward anytime you feel blue, and lean on them when you feel blue. Go have a date with them. Go into meditation, call your angels forward, and tell them you're feeling a little bit blue and what can they do to help you. And they will bring you the most marvelous experiences. When that happens, just go with it, no matter how outlandish it feels. Maybe they'll take you to the circus and you'll have a party. Maybe they'll just have a spontaneous party for no other reason than that you showed up. Or maybe they'll take you on a grand adventure where you soar over the trees like a hawk and get the bigger picture. But whatever it is, just flow with it. Allow it to unfold, enjoy it, and lift you out of the doldrums, because you don't want to stay there any longer than absolutely necessary. So it's about you taking fast action on behalf of yourself. And that's part of your self-care too. So let us know how that goes, Colleen. Susanna, hang on, you jumped. As soon as I scroll, everything goes jumping. Sorry about that. Okay, Susanna, you're working with spirit regularly, receiving messages in your dreams, dreaming in the dream and getting messages. So any messages metaphysically as you grow. So for Susanna, who's having this huge growth spurt, what do you want to share with her? Yeah, it's all good. Keep going. The fact that you are aware, you're noticing, you're taking action, that's all good. Keep doing that. It's going to keep expanding. And know that before you go to sleep, you can set a little program for yourself. You can ask your angels to help you to see, do, or be whatever it is that you're wanting in that moment. And then they can bring that to you in the dreams. So if it's easier for you to get messages in dream format, then lean into that. Do it. Ask them to craft the dreams so that you get the bigger picture, the bigger message in the dreams. But meanwhile, don't let go of doing it in waking hours as well, because you don't have to go into deep meditation to do that. You're already very connected. You can just be out sitting in nature, walking in nature, or, in your sacred space, having that conversation with your angels, going on that journey. It's all there for you. So as much as you feel led to lean into it, do that. More right now is better as we're all shifting to get the more insightful answers, the deeper answers, because you're ready for the deeper answers. So let those flow. And then when they come through, take action quickly. Don't wait. Don't hem and haw second guessing yourself. Let go of that whole second guessing thing, because that's a waste of time. It just delays you. And then keep going forward, because the expansion is there. It's like you're a balloon. You're really expanding now in a positive way, of course. So just let it go and flow with it. Ask for more as you need more. So Lisa, you're currently helping a lot of family members with appointments, shopping, etc. How long will this be needed because you don't have your own life? Okay, so for Lisa, who's giving and giving and giving, but being left out, how long does it seem that this is going to go on with the family members? Oh, well, Lisa, it's going to go on as long as you let it, because truly not all of those things that you're doing for those family members need to be done by you. In fact, when you allow it to go on beyond the place where it feels good and it's helping, it shifts into enabling. They're not going to get more independent and stronger as long as you're always there to do things for them. So for your best interest, start separating. Don't do everything for them. If they need it done, if it's that important, they're going to have to figure out a way to do it themselves. You've got to carve out time for you. And the angels are saying that's not going to happen until you, Lisa, make the choice and start doing it. And don't feel guilty about it. You don't owe them being their nursemaid, their handmaid, their slave. You don't owe any of them that. Sure, you help out where you feel led to help out, but don't go over the line where you're overgiving and it's depleting you, because you came here to live your soul journey. And right now you're totally off that track. You're living their journey. So for you, it's really, really important. And this is not criticism in any way, Lisa. So I hope you don't take it that way. It's to uplift you, to help you see the truth, because we tell ourselves these stories all the time. And if we take a step back and we ask ourselves the question, is that really true? Do I really have to do it for this person? Very often the answer is no. What would happen if you weren't there to do those things for them? How would they get done? Who would do it? That's the question you want to ask yourself. And anything that you absolutely have to do, great, you do that. But the rest of it, I will bet you, if you ask yourself that question, you will find if you weren't there to do it, somebody else would fill in, they would do it themselves, or it wouldn't get done, and that wouldn't be the end of the world either. They need to start becoming independent. And you actually are giving them a gift if you help them to be more independent rather than leeching off of you. So that can begin right now in this moment. It's you making up your mind. It's you making different choices, more empowered choices for you. And ask yourself, what does Lisa want to do? And then go do that. Make that your top priority. So I hope that helps. Beyond Nina, what message regarding the elemental healing retreat you're going to this weekend. Cool. And any message for the impact your creativity may have. You're feeling called. So for Beyond Nina, anything you want to say to her about this elemental workshop she's going to? They're clapping their hands, jumping up and down, cheering. It's a really, really positive thing for you. So enjoy the heck out of it, flow. Don't feel obligated to do anything beyond what serves your needs, because you are there to soak it up. This is not a time for you to go thinking about serving the other people who are there. Nina, this is for you to really focus on you. What do you need? And squeeze every last ounce of juicy goodness out of this retreat, because you are replenishing yourself. You're stocking up so that you can then go from there and use what you gained to share in whatever way you choose to share once you come home. So anything else you want to share with her about that? What about her creativity? Your creativity comes into play when you evaluate what they're teaching you, what they're sharing with you, what they're leading you through, with putting your own stamp of creativity on it. But don't do that necessarily in the moment, because you want to get what they're teaching you fully. Later, in your reflective quiet time, then you can take it, you can morph it by putting your creativity on it, or you can do that when you get home. So don't be in a hurry about that, because right now you want to take full advantage of the opportunity you have of being there to soak it all up, and then allow that creativity just to start seeping in, morphing it into your version of what you want to bring to the world. So it's almost like it's your seasoning, you're putting your own seasoning on it, but that will come later. Catherine, hey, you had a great reading a few months ago, better than any therapy. Oh, I'm so glad. That's wonderful. Any message for Catherine right now? So what do you want to share with Catherine as she moves forward on this grand adventure? Yeah, more of the adventure. Lean into that. Because, even though there's a lot of things that might feel like they're pressing and priorities right now, really, you're the number one priority. So I'm seeing you swiping the desk, like clearing the desk, everything off of the desk. And it doesn't matter if it falls on the floor, it's okay. Clearing that space to reprioritize Catherine. What are the things you need for you right now to help you more fully lean into your purpose and your journey? Get all those things lined up. Number one priority. Then those other things, you can incorporate them here and there, but never let them wipe away the priority of you and your journey. Because the truth of that is, Catherine, when you do that, it puts you in a place of greater clarity, more empowerment, greater vision for what you can bring to the world. So if you're not prioritizing you, then what you bring to the world is going to be muted. It will never be as fully empowered as it would have been had you put yourself first. That's why this message comes up over and over for everybody from time to time, because it's not being selfish. It's not holding back. It's charging that motor up so that you can ultimately have more to give. So who wants to limit themselves? This is your lifetime, this consequential light worker lifetime. Bring it. Bring it all. That's what you came here for. Live it fully with gusto, with joy. And then you share with the world. And it will be such a larger, more magnificent sharing than it would have been otherwise if it had been muted because you didn't put the full faith and power of yourself behind it. I hope that makes sense. Becky, you feel like things have been particularly challenging. Okay. So I'm not sure if there's a question there, Becky, and I'm sorry, I'm forgetting already what your message was, so I can't connect the dots. So if you guys ask me a follow-up question, put in there what it was you got so that I can connect the dots and then give you an answer sooner. Hey, Tammy, good to see you. Hey, Marie, glad you could make it. What do your guides have to say about the connection between your healing practice and your art practice? Is it important to keep them both active? Oh, great question. So for Marie, is it important that she maintain focus both on her art and her healing work simultaneously. Yeah, there's a place for both of them. You're not going to be as fulfilled if you don't. But I'm seeing you, the artist, meshing it together somehow, Marie. They're not going to be separate ultimately. There's a way that you're going to bring them together, and you just haven't visualized that yet. What else? Yeah, there's like a missing component, and they're waiting for you to let that creativity expand it, because you're seeing them as separate right now, and they're really not. They're ultimately going to be some kind of a new way of practicing for you, where you're able to combine. I don't know, is it she's going to help other people be more creative? Is that how it comes? That's part of it, Marie. So, there's a lot of people who don't feel creative, and you are in a unique position, having come from doing all of your spiritual work, your metaphysical work, and now incorporating the joy of your art. You can help them to do something like you have done. I don't know what that will look like for you, whether you are going to give, group courses or one-on-one, or maybe both, but it's some way of helping people to bring out their own creativity, because we're needing that right now. And it will lift them up to such a wonderful level, especially the ones who don't think they're creative, because everybody is. It's just a matter of, how do you tap into your unique way of being creative and then combine it into this beautiful recipe of what you're already doing with the creativity to make it even better. Because right now it's all about lifting up, transforming more, bigger, better. And you're in a great position to do that. So don't stress about it, flow with it, allow the angels to bring you inspiration. Maybe it will come in your dreams as well. But there's movement there. I'm feeling the movement. So that's the good news. And it's not all that far away. So yeah, you're evolving into that. And that's part of this transformation for you, which is so beautiful. Lisa, have you spiritually grown? And what can you do to enhance the growth? What direction of teaching? So for Lisa, yeah, they're saying, of course you've spiritually grown. Otherwise, you wouldn't even have known to ask the question about whether you've grown and whether you need to shift something with all these people mooching off of you, right? Over giving. So yeah, you're feeling it, and you're more than that, your soul is longing for more of that. It's reaching for it. It's crying out for it. So you're feeling it. You're aware of it. That's growth. Keep going in that direction. That will expedite your spiritual growth. And from there, it's just leaning more on your angels to bring you the inspired ideas for how you can take where you are, what you are, and your dreams and your goals, meshing all that together to bring you the next step on your path. And you don't need to worry about 5 steps down the path, just the next step. That's what they will be showing you. So lean in, give them the space, ask them for the help. And then when you get it, even if it's just a glimmer, start moving towards it, start taking that positive action sooner, and you will see acceleration in your growth, because right now everything is accelerating. But don't forget the self-care and the rest, because it is going so rapidly that if you don't incorporate that time for the self-care, for the regeneration, it's going to hold you back and slow you down. So you find a balance there with the self-care and the transformation. I hope that helps. Hey, Richard. What is the issue with it? Feels like no one listens to what you say. You give details, and then you have to repeat it over and over. Anything from the angels about that? So for Richard, what's going on? Is it true he's not being heard? It's true. Okay. So what can you share with him to help him with that? Waiting to be asked, Richard. So when you share something of import that you really want to get across to them, don't just do it namby-pamby. Be more discerning with who you share what with. So first, it's a matter of listening to them, speaking to them, sussing out where might they benefit from what you want to share. Then finding a way to determine whether they're willing to listen. Don't share it until they're willing to listen, because otherwise that's casting pearls before swine. And we know what a waste of time that is, and resources. So being very much more discerning, maybe you drop a few crumbs and see if they ask questions before you start sharing with them. So try shifting into being a little more discerning in the short term, Richard. See how that evolves, because maybe if you don't jump in so quickly with what you want to share, they'll start asking for it. There are a couple of gifts, Richard, who just share and share and share, because when they learn things, they feel compelled to share them. And then people look at them and think they're just know-it-alls and get resentful and don't want to listen to them because they want to share what they know. So if that's you, if you're falling into that trap, just know it's really important to wait until they're ready or they ask for it, and then share it with only the people who are ready and want it. And I have the same issue, so I can totally relate with you, Richard, because, I'm researching all this stuff constantly and I'm compelled to share it. But I've learned if I do too much of that, people shut down and they don't listen. So I've just wasted my time. So for you, discernment, 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 make that your watchword for at least the short term. See how that shifts things for you and let us know how that goes. Tammy, you'd like to hear what your guides need to tell you. And great to see you. Yeah, likewise. So for Tammy with an I, what do you want to share with her tonight? So I'm hearing the Name Game song, and that's the one where they do silly things with the name to music. Very old song, so you may not know it. But that's about silliness. That's about lightening up when that song comes up, Tammy. So for you, it's don't be so serious all the time. Lighten up, have more fun, more giggles. Find a way to incorporate more giggles. And go on, play hopscotch on the sidewalk if you feel led to do that, or go play in the playground. You need to add more fun into your life to lift you up, because when you're doing that, you get the higher vision. You will get those inspired insights that you've been efforting really for so long to get those insights, but they're not coming because you're down. You're in a heavier energy. You've got to lift up into that lighter, playful energy. Engage your inner child. And that's when the insights come through. It's, all that adult seriousness, obligation, responsibility weighs us down so that we can't see what's right there for us to see, what our angels are, glomming all around to show us. So when we tap into the inner child, we lighten up, we get more playful. It's like the scales fall off of your eyes and suddenly you have greater vision. So that's what you need to be working on right now, playing on right now, Tammy. More lightening up, tap into the inner child and see how that shifts things for you. Okay, let me scroll. Hang on. Let's see if this goes without jumping. Very, very slowly. Inching up, hoping it doesn't. Oh, there we go. Good. Okay, Patty, you're on the fence about moving. Any message about if stay or go where you are? Okay, so for Patty D, would it be an optimal choice for her to move? You get a yes. Is it also a good choice for her to stay? Moving is better, Patty. So is there some kind of a timeline on that? Like, is it somewhere in the near future that it would be optimal to move? So like in the next 3 months, maybe 3 months? Less than 3 months. Oh, okay. So about 3 months, Patty. Somewhere in that time frame of 3 months would be really good for you to move. So hopefully that helps. If you need to know more, just let us know. Janet, hey, you're having difficulty meditating. Any words from your guides on a new career? Okay, so 2 questions I think you're asking there. So for Janet, what about her trouble with meditating? What can you share with her? You're being too serious. That's the problem, Janet. Lighten up. Listen to a very fun guided meditation if you've got any of those. And if you don't, go to my YouTube channel and get some. There's tons of them. There's also some on my akashaunleashed.com channel, or website rather, so you can grab them there. But there are tons out there. Find something that's fun and uplifting. That's a journey. And in the doing of that, when you get to the end of it, now you are in this beautiful energy, because using the guided meditation takes the pressure off of you to do the work, right? It engages you so that that monkey mind isn't distracting you as much. It might still be there, but just ignore it and keep going with the guided meditation. Then when you get to the end, take a few deep breaths and then just ask your angels to come in. Stay in that space for a little while and allow whatever to come through that will. It might be something small. You might feel something in your body. You might hear something internally. You might get a little visual. It doesn't matter what it is. Whatever it is, be grateful for it. Knowing that you got something. Celebrate getting something. That's the start. Once you get the something, then you keep practicing, knowing that it will expand over time. If you read any of my stuff, you will find that when I first started, I got a purple blob, and that's all I got. But it was so wonderful because I got a purple blob. And then over time, it expanded into full-blown movies. So that potential is there for everybody. It takes practice. It takes allowing. It takes relaxing, giving it time. Don't stress and strain. Don't worry about it. Don't fret about it. Don't judge it. That's so huge. Don't judge it. Because when you judge it, you're pushing it away. Whatever comes is perfect for you, and you'll get more another day. And in the 21-day meditation book, I talked about this. The examples are all there for you. This was part of the course Metatron designed for you guys. So there would be some days I would show up, nothing, bupkis. That shouldn't have happened. I do this every day. That's what I was thinking. And Metatron quickly reminded me that it's not about what you get. It's about showing up, doing the work, allowing it to evolve and come through. And sure enough, it did. So patience, patience, patience is really important right now, because there's a lot of shifting going on. So give yourself time to shift into that. Allow yourself to evolve. Where you are is perfect right now, and getting more perfect every day. So relax, flow through it, allow it to expand. And if you didn't read that book, it's called The Path to Hearing Angels and Guides. Please read that. Please join the Facebook group. Come in there, share your experiences with us so that we can share our insights and our experiences to help you get through it. Share the victories, the fun, what you're getting. That will help you accelerate even faster, because it's fast already. So you need some help to kind of stabilize as you're in that acceleration journey. And that was the purpose. That was the timing as well. That's why Metatron brought that course out at the time that he did, because he knew this was coming. So first we had to all get in there and start working on our meditation, our confidence, the fluency with our angels before this next big challenge came. So if you're a little behind the curve on that, it's okay. You can catch up. Don't worry about it, but get in there, give yourself the chance, know that it's possible for you. You can do it. And we're all here cheering you on. So look forward to seeing you there. Hey, Beth, glad you could make it. JJ, hey, wondering where young souls come from, since energy is neither created nor destroyed. Okay, so for JJ, that's a great question. Thank you for the metaphysical question. So young souls, well, they're all coming from the same source, JJ. So the thing that happens, I don't know if you've heard me say this before, but I get this visual of when Creator made all of our souls. So there's like this big body of water, but it's energy, it's swirling energy. So there's Creator dressed in this long gown and long beard, and that's just how I see it. So it really has nothing to do with you, but so that's what I'm seeing. And Creator has a soup ladle, reaches in, gets a ladle full of gift. That's the first 2/3 of your soul. Then dips in and gets another ladle, a little more than a third. This is your soul matrix we're creating. And that's your soul tribe. That's going to be your planet of origination. That's where you're going to have the first incarnation. Then another soup ladle, a little less than a third of your soul specialty. Finally, a little dollop of soul gender. All of that comes together in your big pie, if you will, of you as a soul. That's your soul platter. That's you forever. It never changes. You just get better at being it. So the first time you incarnate, that's determined by your soul tribe. So the souls are all coming from Creator. If they haven't incarnated ever anywhere yet, then the first time they come, they're going to come from that storehouse, or they're going to get made fresh, and then they'll get sent off to have their life. But let's ask another question, because that brings up something else. So are there souls that have not yet had their first incarnation, brand new souls? No. So they've already been out there a time or two. And the younger ones have just had fewer experiences. So let me know if that answered your question. I'm not sure I covered it all. And if not, ask another follow-up. I'm glad to clarify. Beth, a message from your guides. Okay. So what do you want to share with Beth tonight? I'm hearing the Rawhide song, Beth. So rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep those doggies rolling. And I don't know what that means, but what is that about? It is too funny. Or keep it rolling. The progress with your spiritual journey. Don't give up. You just want to keep the slow momentum going, Beth. Don't worry about rushing it. Just allow it to flow. Because, just like with the herding the cows, if you do it too fast, they panic, they bolt, they lose weight, they might die, what have you. You just want to keep calmly moving them forward, guiding them in the direction that they need to go. So for you, with the rudder on your ship, you are guiding yourself in the direction that your soul is calling you to go. Just keep going, slow, steady at the helm. And anything else about that? Yeah, that's it. And there's just this peaceful energy that envelops you as you do that. So as much as possible, stay out of worry, stress, fear, and doubt. Be in that calmness of you just gently moving the rudder to control the journey that you take, relaxing into it, allowing it to unfold. But steady momentum. That's the underlying message. So I hope that makes sense. Hey, Sister 6. You have been taking care of a lot of work and personal tasks, celebrating as you finish each task, so it makes sense. Oh, great. I'm so glad. Hey, Terry, welcome. A message from your guides. Okay, so for Terry, would you like to share with Terry with an I? I'm seeing all these bouquets of flowers being thrust towards you, Terry. It's so interesting. It's like, the clowns in the circus, how when they're doing their performance, they just keep pulling out bouquets of flowers and thrusting them to people. So these bouquets of flowers are just coming to you, lots and lots of them. So what is that about? What's with all the flowers? It's a huge abundance of flowers. Is it a celebration? Okay, so they're celebrating you. They're bringing beauty. They're bringing joy and delight to you. They want to celebrate with you whatever this big breakthrough is that you've had. So it feels like you're not celebrating it enough, and they're trying to reinforce for you how important energetically it is that you pause and do that celebration. That's as important as working your way up to the accomplishment and achieving it. You've got to give yourself that time. There's something energetically that happens there. Let's see if I can get more on that. Oh, this is really cool. So it's like you've achieved the pinnacle, you've achieved that goal. And now you stop and you celebrate. And it's like all the stuff that was wound up in getting to that goal needs the time now to unwind and to fall away, because you don't need to take the excess baggage with you onto the next thing. So all the accoutrements, the energy, hopes and fears, and all that head stuff that was involved in getting you to that goal now needs to slough off so that you can start fresh, moving towards the next goal without all of that baggage. So that's really interesting. Let me know if that helps and makes sense. Really cool message. Donna, celebration and gratitude are the keys to advancing in high gear. Upshifting on turbo. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, awesome. Upshifting. Kelly, yes, thank you. It's been weird because you've been more active and doing more exercise the past couple of months. So feeling junky has been a challenge. Yeah. So just be kind to yourself and give yourself time for more rest, because that's the self-care. It's noticing when you need more rest, acknowledging it, and giving yourself that gift. Because, so often we try to push through it thinking, oh, I can do this. I just need to push a little harder. And right now, it's so important. Listen to your body, because remember, it's still processing all the 4D stuff. And we want it to do that in the most efficient, optimal way that it can, so that we can get the process done faster, for one thing, but also so that it will be at the highest level, the most complete that it can be, to carry us forward into, this whole new way of being and what's to come after that, because we're really just getting started. There is so much more ahead of us. So they're just beating the drum about self-care right now, Kelly, and giving us opportunities to notice it and do something about it. Because if we develop those really good habits of self-care now, we will be poised to do so much more and better later on. So that's what it's all about. Hang on, I gotta scroll and now get the ones back that just disappeared. There we go. Okay, Debbie, hey. You and Dan would love a message from each of your teams with magical gratitude. Okay, so for Debbie, what would you like to share with Debbie tonight? Magical messages for Debbie. I'm hearing Tiny Tim singing Tiptoe Through the Tulips, and I am not going to sing that. You can imagine it. So for you, Debbie, more lightness of being. You've been pushing hard too, just like Kelly. Lighten up a little bit, less pushing, more flowing, because pushing is really on the edge of resistance. So we don't want to be in a place of pushing. We want to be in that place of flowing. Anytime you feel like it's starting to be a little stickier or a little harder, ease off on those reins and just slow it down, flow through it more. Picture that boat again. You're in that boat and you're just flowing gently with the current. All you have to do is just change the rudder a little bit to keep you going. You don't even have to paddle, because the gentle angel current is carrying you forward. So a little more of that along with the self-care is really important, because you're coming off of a time of such a physical and emotional deficit. It's going to take you a while to fill all that in so that you are fully recharged, turbocharged, and ready to go. And now is the time to do that, because now is a lull. We're getting an energetic lull. Even though we're accelerating, it's still a lull because we're still shifting and acclimating to 4D. So they're not pushing as hard as they might have otherwise. So know that it's a lull. Take full advantage of it. Slow down and flow through it. That'll serve you well. So what about Dan? What do you want to share with Dan? Lots more self-care for Dan. Yeah. Even over and above what you think is sensible. This is not about being sensible, Dan. This is about really overloading, filling yourself to overflowing with the self-care, because you also have a big deficit to fill. You've been doing a lot of shifting and lots of planning, lots of grinding, trying to move forward, creating a new future. And that's not the way to do it. The way to do it, to make it perfect, spectacular, grander than even you can dream, is to flow. Don't grind, don't push. Just put one foot in front of the other every day in that flow, looking for the inspiration you need. Because if there is a detour or a slight turn that's needed, your angels are going to signal you, bringing inspired ideas to help you shift into whatever that next thing is. Like, for instance, I think it's going to be a really bad winter. That's what I'm getting. And for you, you're going to be probably getting piled on. So the way you navigate that, let it be different this year, with less stress and struggle, more flow and ease. Maybe you don't have to get out there and do this mammoth amount of work all at once. Pace yourself more. Don't overdo it. Physically, you need that. You've got to pace yourself. It's really important for you right now. So there's a little caution there about your health, Dan. Not that I'm trying to scare you, but this is wisdom from your angels saying, slow down, Dan. Give your body a little more self-care. Let it do more healing. Ask for more help if you need it. But slowing down is going to be really important, especially with the winter that's coming up. So I hope that helps. Hey, Felicity. Yeah, Leo came on the circus tour. Awesome. Lots of special moments. Oh, so beautiful. You have to send me pictures or a link to your site or something. I want to see it. It just sounds wonderful. So happy for all of you. Mary, thank you. Hit the nail on the head. Delegate. Awesome. Make that your mantra for a little while until it starts becoming part of your normal way of being. It will serve you so well. So, yeah, delegate on, Mary. That's wonderful. Felicity, how can I manifest more income streams with the magic shows? Are things likely to improve financially in the next while? Okay, so for Felicity, more income streams with the magic shows. What can you share with her? I don't know if you have peripheral items like stickers or like posters or that kind of thing, but that seems like it would be a real natural evolution. Maybe even hats. Are you saying hats? Squeakers. Squeakers. Like oh gosh, kazoos. Like kazoos? Yeah, so anything along that line could be a really cool promo item to put out there. Something that makes noise because it goes along with the whole feeling. You want to find things that really lend themselves to the magic show. And if you're wanting to go up a higher level, I'm seeing like a little magic kit, something that's very unique and branded to what you're doing that maybe you give out to select people. Maybe you have like ticket draws or something. And I don't know if this would work where you're at, but around here, people do that that thing where they buy a ticket. So you're actually making money on that because you're selling the tickets for a chance to win whatever the prize is. And that could be really fun with the costumed characters going around and doing that, interacting with the audience. So anything else you want to share with Felicity about income streams? They're saying make it easy. Make it something that naturally lends itself to what you're doing. Private parties? I don't know if that fits on your tour, Felicity, but they're saying private parties. So if you could find a way to do private parties along the way, that would certainly be a boost. So that's something else to think about. Okay, and so finances. Is it highly likely that they're going to get a boost in finances in the near future? Yeah, you're building momentum every day. And I'm seeing a balloon being blown up. Yeah, huge, huge. Bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's just a slow momentum, though, Felicity. It's not fast. Slow and steady wins the race in this case. So are you saying that within 6 weeks, 2 months, there will be an increase in income? Yeah, okay. Would it be sooner than that, possibly? Probably not. It's feeling like it's maybe 6 weeks out, and it's feeling like in that 6-week time is your opportunity to really dig into the creativity, to take the feedback that you've gotten from the audiences so far. Maybe Leo's going to have input into this as well because it's going to appeal to the children, what he brings in, his ideas. And just dream it really big and then bring it down into something that's practical that you can actually do given the budget. But if you find a way to do it where, they're contributing because they're buying tickets or something, that might make it more manageable for you. So that's a big mishmash of things. And I'm seeing that all being dumped into the magician's hat to swirl around for you, that you pull it out, pull that rabbit out of the hat for your show to make it even grander. So let me know if that helps. You're so welcome, Colleen. Hey, Kate. Any words from your guides about your latest job application? Is that the optimum path? So for Kate, the latest job application, is that an optimal choice for her right now? Feels good. So are you saying it's highly likely she will get this job? Yes. Can you give us a time frame? Is it within a month? Less than a month? Really? More than a month? About a month, Kate. It was kind of feeling like it might be less than a month, but there's something in there that's going to make it take a little longer. So somewhere around a month, it should come to fruition for you. So let us know next month if you got the job and what it's all about. Susanna, perfect. You connect easily, regularly, no second guessing. Awesome. Okay. Renee, what do your angels say that you should do to heal your digestion and finances? So for Renee, digestion and finances, what can you share with her? They're saying strip it down to the bare bones and then slowly build back up. So are you saying with dietary choices? Yeah, okay. So it's like, wow, it's like somebody with allergies, I guess, is what they're trying to convey, Renee. Take everything away and then just bring back one thing at a time, trying it for a while. So really slow it down. Don't rush. Can you give us any specifics? Because that's really vague. So can you give us food groups, maybe? So what about wheat? Is wheat okay for her? No, wheat is not okay. So grains, some grains are okay, but not wheat. Okay, that's interesting. Vegetables, are vegetables okay? Oh, some vegetables are not okay. So nightshades are bad? Nightshades are bad. Are there any vegetables that would be good? A few. Okay. So really bare, so broccoli, can we start there? So like broccoli is pretty gentle. Most people can tolerate broccoli. They're saying that's okay for you. Green beans, I'm seeing green beans. Okay. So green beans and broccoli are showing up. Anything else you want to incorporate there? Seeing sauerkraut now. So are you saying like fermented foods? Okay. So kefir or kefir if you say it that way, but kefir. So Renee, I don't know if you've ever done kefir, but it is a fermented food. It's very healthy. Are you saying that means she can tolerate dairy? Okay, so they're saying you can tolerate dairy. You might try incorporating a little of that and seeing if that gives you some ease. But slow it down. Don't rush it. One thing at a time. There's tons of other things, of course, you could do, but that's a place to start. So they're saying start there and then check back and ask for more guidance if you need it. You may figure it out on your own just from that. So what about finances? What can you share with her? I don't know if this is about a job. Is it about a job? Does it mean she's looking for a job? So more finances from her present job. Is that what you're saying? So like ask for a raise? Okay, that, I don't know, Renee, they're saying ask for a raise. So let me know, because that's really unclear to me at the moment. Anything else you want to share with her about the finances? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Okay, well then while we're on eggs, are eggs okay for her? Okay, eggs are okay for you. So don't put all your eggs in one basket, Renee. Look for multiple streams of income if you haven't already done that. And that can be all sorts of things. So I don't know if you have Googled things you can do at home or, side hustles, but there's just so much stuff out there. We've talked about a number of them in past calls. Let's see if there's anything popping up. Anything specific you want to direct her towards? Reading and writing are coming up, Renee. We talked about that, I think, last month too, for somebody else. Proofreading, editing, those are kinds of things that, can be a nice stream of income if you've got the qualifications and are willing to do that. So I don't know, it's a little confusing, Renee. Let me know if that makes sense. If you need to dive into one of those a little deeper, give me a direction to go. That'll help a lot. Lisa, thank you for helping us along our paths. You're priceless. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Letty, hey, I took care of my mom for almost 30 years. Now it's my time. Planning to move abroad before the end of 2023 and travel. Very anxious. Will it happen? Well, first of all, take good care of Letty. And congratulations on this new plan, this new exciting journey for you. So for Letty, her plan to travel abroad, is that an optimal choice for her? Feels really good. And is it optimal for her to start that in the fall? They're saying, yeah, you put it off for so long. Get going. Sooner the better. Start moving forward one step at a time on your path now. Don't wait. Do anything you can do in the meantime. And getting like where you're planning to go, if you can connect with people who are already there, start paving the way for yourself so that when you get there, you'll have connections. I don't know if you've done that. Has she done that already? They're saying no, that you haven't done that. So that would be a really wise thing to start doing. Because, with the internet, that's pretty easy to do. Start reaching out in groups, finding people who are there and getting tips about how you can do this the very optimum. Maybe you start by just looking for people who have YouTube channels who are in the area where you're thinking of going, seeing what they can teach you. Like I saw recently several couples who are doing their retirement abroad, traveling from here to there. And some of them are doing it in vehicles, and some of them are doing it just going between hotels, Airbnbs. I mean, there's all different ways of doing it. And of course, others are backpacking. So yeah, reach out, connect with people to give yourself more resources. Resources is what I'm hearing. So that will set you up for more success so that you will feel those connections when you first touch your feet on the ground, and you'll be able to get up and running faster so that you can enjoy it sooner because you've already delayed it for so long. So really dive into it now. And let go of the anxiety. Your angels are going to be there every step of the way. So don't hesitate to ask for their help. Hold out your hands. Let them go with you. Ask for more help than you might have ever imagined you wanted to or needed, because it'll help you get there faster. And just relax, flow. It'll be beautiful. Have a really great time. Linda, any messages from your angels? You are welcome. So for Linda, what do you want to share with her? You guys, that thunder out there is really cranking. I don't know if you can hear it, and the rain is pounding. So come on, angels, keep us together here. So for Linda, what do you want to share with Linda? I'm hearing Michael row the boat ashore. Okay, so are you saying it's time for Linda to come ashore? Interesting. So she's been traveling down the river for a while and it's time to come ashore. So is that like shifting what she's doing in her daily life? I hope that makes sense to you, Linda, because it's like you're making a big change. They're saying, stop floating down the river for now. It's time to take more concrete action. Get out of the boat, go up on the shore and start exploring. Yeah, there's more for you to be found. So it's shifting from what you've been doing into something different. And you can take baby steps, don't rush it. But there's a shift for you that's waiting if you are ready to be a little adventurous and have a little more fun. Reach out and grab that brass ring, go for it. Don't wait. It will open up so many possibilities to you because you've been kind of simmering for a really long time. So it's time to get the pot off of simmer and start cooking with gas. Vivian, do your angels have any messages or advice on your career? Okay, so for Vivian, career. What do you want to share with her about her career? Is she due for a change? You're due for a change. Yeah. Into something totally different? No, something slightly different. Okay, so a shift, Vivian, because it's like you've been on this one track for a really long time and you've worn a groove in the floor. So it's time to jump off of that track onto something that's complementary but slightly different, because that will allow you to expand your abilities. Also expanding the blessings, they're saying. There's more for you. You're not getting the full measure of what your soul desires or needs right now because you're in that well-worn path. So look for something slightly different, take some action and do that. Let us know how that goes. Hi, Brittany. Great to see you. Any advice from your guides in your relationship with spirit as well as career? And why are you seeing blue herring? Okay, so for Brittany, Advice about relationship with spirit for Brittany. Just flow with it, baby. It's fine. You tend to want to rush, but know that it's got to unfold in its own timing. So you put in the time, you put in the practice, knowing that it's going to expand in divine timing. Don't rush it. More appreciation, more gratitude for what you're getting, rather than being critical of yourself that you're not getting enough. Let go of all that stuff. No. It's all about being in the moment, just feeling lifted up by the fact that you are able to connect, reveling in that, being awash in it. Let your soul just bathe in that love, that light. It will lift you up. But one step at a time, you will get there. You don't want to rush it. You don't want to leave steps out. I don't remember if you're Palladian or not, Brittany, but it's almost feeling like you're doing that Palladian skipping over steps kind of thing. And you don't want to do that. You want one step at a time. Very, what's the word? Very specifically, one step at a time. Don't skip over things. It will all come together. Let go of the impatience. Really just revel in the love, the light. Let that lift you up, fill you to overflowing, so that you don't feel like you're always having to grab for more, because it is unfolding for you. It's just sometimes a little hard to see when you want more faster. But you know, when you get it faster, it doesn't work as well. You want it to unfold in divine timing. So what about career for Brittany? Is she on the right path with her career? They say you are. So she should keep moving forward in the same path with her career that she is now. Okay, keep doing that. There's more potential you haven't tapped into yet, Brittany. So keep going in that direction. Be aware, though, and watchful for the signs from your angels, so that when it is time to shift, you'll see it and you'll do it. Because there are slight, it looks like little shifts up ahead, nothing major, but little shifts, not right now, but down the road. So just be knowing that they're coming, be ready to take action when they come through. What else? Blue herring. What is blue herring for Brittany? I'm hearing Linda Ronstadt singing Blue Bayou. What is that about? It's reminiscence. It's about reminiscence. Is that what the message is, about reminiscence? Oh, it's reflecting for you, Brittany. You've been through a lot. Don't take that for granted ever. They want you to spend a little time reflecting back over your triumphs, the things that you have overcome, celebrating that more. Don't just gloss over it. It's important. And in the doing, you will get new insights that will serve you in this new phase of your journey. It's like there are crumbs along the way that you missed. They want you to go back and get them. So go back, reflect, look for anything you missed, gather it up and bring it forward with you onto this new path. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Patty, more info on moving near where you are, retirement community, townhouse, not sure which direction. Great. Thanks for the specificity, Patty. That really helps. So for Patty, her move, would it be an optimal choice to move to a retirement community? No. They're saying too boring for Patty. No. Townhouse. Would a townhouse be an optimal? Oh, that feels good. Where'd you go? So townhouse, anything else about that? They're saying downsizing is a good thing. So, you don't want to go big. You want to get something manageable so that you don't have to spend so much time worrying about or caring for the house. It's pretty much self-sustaining. There's just little things you need to do because you need to focus your energy on your journey. Now is the time to really ramp that up. Get out there doing what your soul came here to do, not to be tied down to a house. So are you saying that this townhouse is not permanent? It's temporary? It could be. Okay. Allow that to unfold, Patty, because you might find it only serves you for a short time. And as you ramp up the energy leaning into what your soul wants to do, doing that thing that feeds your soul that you've been craving, your pre-birth plan, leaning into that. As you do that, the townhouse might not fit for a very long time. It might just be for a short period of time, but whatever it is, it's a good stopover place for right now. So hopefully that gives you some direction and help. 423, hey, how would one know that they're hearing angels and guides? Is it possible a person could hear something or someone else? Or is that not a possibility? That's a great question. Thanks for asking. So do your opening prayer to the Akashic Records first. That way you know what you're getting is coming from a divine source. If you just say, hey, let's have a conversation, you don't know where it's coming from. Now, you can do the prayers that I've offered, or you can make your own up, or you can just say, access my Akashic Records. If you're new at this, it's better to do some kind of a ritual prayer. But once you're really confident and you've been doing it a long time, you can just say, access Akashic Records, and you're there. So once you do that first, now you know the source of the information. Like I say, if you don't do that, you don't know where it's coming from. So get that out of the way. You can be comfortable and relaxed knowing you're getting it. Now, how can you hear it? If I understand right, it's like you're not sure that what you're hearing is angels and guides or ego. I think that's what you're asking. So once you have asked for access to your records, as long as what you're hearing feels good, it's uplifting, it's your angels. If it's mocking you, if it's chiding you, putting you down, recriminations of any way, shape, or form, that's ego. Push it aside. No thanks, not talking to you right now. Take a back seat, please. And then focus on the angels again. But one of the things to keep in mind is that once you have asked for your angels and your records, what you're getting is mostly going to be from them. There might be those spits and sputters from ego in the beginning. You'll quickly notice the difference. And if you get it wrong, err on the side that it's your angels. You'll find out pretty quickly whether it wasn't, but most of the time it will be. And it can feel like just a thought that pops into your head that you weren't thinking about. You didn't consciously put it there. It just out of nowhere showed up. You might hear something. You might feel something in your body. So be tuned into all of that stuff. There might just be this knowingness that all of a sudden envelops you like somebody threw a blanket over you. You didn't make that up. It came from outside of you. So if any of that happens, write it down so you don't forget, and then take action on it as soon as possible. That will serve you well. So let me know if that makes sense. I'm trying to find you again here. Sorry, it jumped again. Where did you go? There you are. Okay. Oh, no, different one. Not back to the original yet. Okay, here we go. So I think I answered that question. If I didn't, let me know. So Debbie, the meditation book and group are wonderful. You'll find the link to the group and the book. They go together hand in hand. Oh, thank you, Debbie. I appreciate that. So 423, you're also wondering how you came to communicate with Metatron. Oh, you mean me? Okay. Was there a moment where you recognized it? Yes. I talk about that in my books a lot because it's substantial for me. So back in 2014, I took a course to learn how to read Akashic Records. So it took me some time to develop proficiency and feel confident that I was actually doing it and getting the right information. And that's normal for everybody. It's a whole new thing you're learning. So as I meditated, first Jesus showed up because I had known Jesus as a child and we have past lives together. So always kind of there as a presence. So I was having conversations with Jesus and I was having these wild visions like Disney movies. All this started unfolding for me. And then one day, Metatron just showed up and I wasn't sure it was Metatron, but he came in the form of a transformer to make sure that I got that it was Metatron. So it's like, yeah, Metatron is a transformer, right? Anyway, so I'm seeing this big transformer creature. And so there was no doubt that was Metatron. And I felt it in my body that it was Metatron, but I did ask the question for validation and I got yes. And then sometime later, after I'd been talking to Metatron, because he started coming more often, then it felt like, wow, that energy is the same between Metatron and Jesus. How interesting. And then it hit me because they were feeding me this bit by bit as I was ready for it. It's the same energy. It's the same soul. That means Metatron existed in the beginning before all of us, because before there were souls, there was Metatron, because otherwise, how would we all have our Akashic records? So Metatron was there first. And then throughout the ages, Metatron has incarnated on Earth as part of his work to know us better, to understand and serve us better. So he has come in as Jesus. He's come in as other great, wise teachers, pretty much the ones that came in teaching the message of love. Because Metatron has this amazing, overwhelming amount of love for humanity. It just pours out. It's tremendous. So that's kind of how that unfolded. Let me know if that makes sense. And from there, we just kind of developed this rapport in language, and now Metatron is my go-to. It just feels comfortable to me. Doesn't mean he always shows up. Sometimes it's just random angels. Sometimes it might be a departed person. It can change, but more often than not, it's Metatron. And Metatron was the one who told me that I'm the voice of the Akashic Records, because I didn't know that before. And that was the insignia he gave me, but that was somewhere along the line too. So it's just, we have this relationship that continues, and it will, as long as it works for both of us. So yeah, and everybody can communicate with Metatron. That is nothing special. So know that if you want to communicate with Metatron, just call. If you want somebody else, call them. You can communicate with anybody who's willing to come forward. So just ask. They don't play favorites, in case you wondered. So Kelly, the Earth is not the only place souls incarnate. We incarnate on other planets, other dimensions, depending on where we are in our soul plan. Yeah, absolutely. Because about 43% of the people incarnated on Earth today started out on Earth. So they originated here, and then they continue incarnating. The rest of us are starseeds. So pretty much if you are into metaphysical topics and you're showing up here, you are a starseed. You just don't know with which one necessarily, but you are. And we are all interested in furthering the spiritual consciousness raising of this planet. That's why we're here as light workers. This is the place for light workers to come for the most expansive journey rapidly. That's why we came. And I have been told that there's actually competition to be here. So if you're here, part of this, it's a privilege. There were others that wanted to come, but there just wasn't room, or they haven't arrived yet. They might be coming later. So yeah, there's a whole big story behind all of that stuff. We're still learning more about it all the time. And yeah, other dimensions, other realities, other galaxies, multiverses out there where there are souls living. So tons and tons to learn about that. Beth says, awesome. I think that's in response to your answer, I hope. Okay. And Jennifer, is there a way to distinguish people from our tribe? Well, first you need to know what your tribe is. So if you know that, and you know what the characteristics are, then you might feel a resonance with people that you notice who have similar characteristics to yours. But I caution you, just take it all with a grain of salt, because there is overlap between some of the characteristics. So you can't be 100% sure. The only way to really know is to go into the records, look that information up to be sure. You can kind of feel it. Like when I meet people and I listen to them talk for a few minutes, I'm reading their energy anyway. I just do that without even thinking. It's unconscious for me. I will feel mostly what their gift is, not so much their tribe, because that doesn't show up as clearly in their day-to-day interaction with people. The gift is almost like they're wearing a label on their forehead for most people, but not for all. So it's kind of like that. But the information is available. It just may not be as transparent as what you were indicating. You meet somebody and you feel that resonance. On the other hand, it could happen for you like that. It could be that for your particular tribe, you're all sending out beacons to one another to connect. So we haven't explored all the possibilities yet. So that is a possibility. Let's just ask that. So for Jennifer, for her soul tribe, is there some way that she can recognize them when she meets them? There is. So what is it? Feeling. It's always about feeling. It always comes back to that. Because when you feel through your solar plexus, that's where the truth is. So you're always feeling for that truth and that love. Anything else? Yeah, start with the feeling. Experiment with that, Jennifer. You might even want to, if you're the kind of person like me who likes to be a researcher, maybe take notes about your observations so that over time you can then collate all of that and reach your conclusions about, okay, I've run into this many people with these characteristics and it's very strong, so perhaps they're part of that group. I don't know if I'm making any sense at all, but let me know if you need more. You love the boat metaphor, Beth. Oh, awesome. They use that a lot. Have you noticed? It's really interesting. I guess that's just a simple one for us because it keeps coming up. JJ, follow up on the young soul question. If someone had hundreds or thousands of lives somewhere other than Earth, but only a handful on Earth, would they appear to other people as an old soul? Great question. So, for JJ, if a soul has had only limited lives on Earth, but many lives elsewhere, would they show up as an old soul on Earth? Yeah, because that's at the soul level. It's just going to be there, JJ. Doesn't matter where they are. So you always bring all of who you are as a soul with you, even though you're not always conscious of it. It's all there. You're connected to it through your records. And you are becoming more and more conscious of it all the time. So at one time, down the road, that's going to shift where we will have more ready access to that wealth of information. But right now, at least, that's something at such a deep level that it would always be there. You wouldn't show up as a new soul just because you'd only had 2 lifetimes, for instance, on Earth. So hopefully that makes sense. And you would have done a lot of research on Earth before you came here anyway. So you would bring that deeper perspective as well. Aquarian girl, hey. You would love input from your guides. You're almost through the 21-day meditations, but you haven't received any messages. Okay, so for Aquarian girl, before I ask, you have gotten messages. That's the first thing to know. We all do. We get them all the time. We just don't recognize them. So less second guessing of what you're getting, more accepting that those little inspired things that pop up, or you noticing things that you haven't noticed before, that's your angels guiding you. You might not hear them outright speak to you because that's harder, but you might feel things. You might just start having those little inklings of awareness. So it's there. Now it's just a matter of you tuning in, learning to recognize it and translate it. That's where it comes. So you're already getting that. And if you're not in the Facebook group, asking those questions, please do that because you'll get them faster. You won't have to wait till our next gathering. Other people will share with you their experiences, how it was for them. You will have resonance because we've all had similar experiences. And over that vast group that is there, somebody's going to have something similar to yours to weigh in on. Let us know what you're feeling stumbling blocks over, and we can help you get through that faster. So what else was that? Sorry, I lost you for a sec. Here we are. So you haven't received any messages. When you say you haven't received messages, you might not have received a message like something I channel and share with you. That takes a while. You don't just jump into that usually. Occasionally somebody does, but it's rare. So in the beginning, you're just going to get little tidbits. Like I told you earlier, maybe you see a purple blob or maybe you see a red blob. And if you do that, ask yourself, does that color mean something to me? If it means nothing to you, then is it a chakra color? Because it might be referring to your chakra. So when you get these little tidbits, which you will, you have to be a little bit of a detective to figure out what does it mean for me. If you can't figure it out in the short term, write it down, bring it to the Facebook group, bring it here. We can help you translate what it means. Over time, you'll start to get the clues about what it is, but just allow it to unfold. Patience, don't rush it. It is coming. You will be amazed at how quickly, once you start tuning into what they feel like, what they sound like for you, maybe you just get a little visual flash in your head and you're dismissing that. Don't dismiss it. Those visual flashes are from your angels. So take it, write it down, connect with it in whatever way you can. And then just let it flow, but you will get it. So I think that answers your question. And hopefully we'll see you in the group. And if you don't call yourself Aquarian Girl on Facebook, tell us that it was you so we can make that connection and help you faster. 423. Oh, you're talking to Kelly. Okay. Vivian, you're not sure if I answered. Your name is Vivian. Yeah, I did up earlier, Vivian. I don't remember exactly where it was now, but if you scroll back, you will find it. It's there. 423, merch swag. Is that about Felicity's? I don't know if that's about Felicity's answer or for somebody else. Yeah, I don't have any of that stuff yet. I think you have to have more followers before you're allowed to do that. But I haven't checked into it, so I don't know. Maybe in the future, we will see. If you met me, because I'm still not sure if you met me or not. Auntie D, hey, welcome. What does Metatron have to share around what's opening up for you during and after the gateway, the 8-8 gateway? So for Auntie D, is there something happening for her special around the Lion's Gate? Yes, there is. Yes, there is. It's an expansion. It's like an upgrade, Auntie D, like an upgrade in your abilities. You're going up another level. And that will happen, throughout your work as you might consciously ask for it, or you might just be at a place where they feel you're ready and they'll just give you an upgrade. But all of a sudden, the energy is going to feel different. You're going to notice more detail, almost like it has more color. It's more vibrant. It's more intense. So all different kinds of things can happen when you have that upgrade. Just, don't worry about it. Let it go. It'll come in its own time, but it is coming. There's a shifting. So if you are keeping a journal about the experiences that you have, you will start to see something has shifted, different way that things are coming through, different feeling. So just be open to all of that. And most of all, celebrate, because it's wonderful. You have done the work and now you're ready for the upgrade. So that's cause for celebration. Thanks, 423. Hit the like button. I appreciate that. Oh, you're talking about a raffle. Yeah, for Felicity. That's the word I was trying to think of. Thank you. It just wasn't coming. Some places they call it like a 50-50 pot where whoever wins gets half of the money and the prize. But I'm thinking, that's not probably such a good idea. But yeah, raffles, they could be really great for the activity that she's involved in. Aja, is there a career change in your future? So for Aja, career change in the future. Not soon. Longer? Is there a career change down the road? So more than 3 months then. Yeah, more than 6 months? Oh, way longer. Okay. So would it be in the year 2024? First half of 2024? Okay. So before June. By June. Okay. So sometime by the end of June 2024, there's a change, but not right now, not in the near future. Terry, you're so welcome. Flowers with celebration makes sense. Oh, I'm so glad. You gave readings at a healing psychic fair last weekend and got wonderful feedback. Oh, that's so wonderful. I'm so happy for you. Could it also be the relationship that is new? Okay, so for Terry, is there a new relationship? So has she already met this person? You've already met them. Does she know who it is presently? Yeah, you've got an inkling who it is. And this is a optimal choice for a long-term relationship. Yeah, feels really good. So yeah, I'm not remembering how relationship fit into the answer before, but hopefully that will make sense to you. Yeah, keep getting out there and doing the work. That is so wonderful. And the positive feedback is going to lift you up into the next level so fast, because we are in this accelerated time right now and it's so needed. So it's perfect timing for you to lean in and do more of that. Hey, Teresa, so glad you came. You need assurance on the event project you're working on because you do feel inspired. Ooh, cool. So for Teresa, event project, is this an optimal project for Teresa? Yes. And is it highly likely he will achieve the level of success he desires with this project? Yes. Okay, timeline when it will come to fruition in 2023? No, probably not until 2024 for it to all come together to the peak. And would that be in the first half, first quarter? Okay, so maybe second quarter 2024 right now. Of course, that timeline can change depending on events, but right now, second quarter 2024 is looking like the optimal time for you to reach the pinnacle of success with that project. So congratulations. Really cool. Sheila, greetings. Do you see us enduring another pandemic or serious situation which many souls leave the earth? Well, Metatron's already told us more are going. There's a lot more that need to go before we go into Earthtopia. But let's see. So for Sheila, can you tell her, is there another large event like the pandemic in our future? Yeah. And will it be some kind of a virus? I hesitate to say that because you know the censors. There is something like that V word. Okay, yeah. Is it the same one or a mutation of the same one? Yeah, we're not done with it yet, you guys. And I've been feeling that for a while. So it's not time to relax your guard. It's still time to take precautions. You can be a little freer than you were, but you don't just go hog wild, not taking the precautions, because there's another round. Is it going to be worse than the last round? Yeah, I'm sorry to say that. Will it lead to isolation as the last one did for a prolonged period of time? Yeah, I'm seeing that we need to take the lessons we learned from the last time and apply them faster, more effectively, so that we can get out of it sooner. Hopefully we can do that and not be crazy. Everybody can be more considerate of one another, take those precautions, and doing it now is going to help too. Because if it's your daily habit, then you're going to be less likely to contract it. So that would be fewer people getting it, and it might lessen. All of these things, though, can be mitigated. So the people who are engaged in the group praying for Gaia and for such things as this can put the focus there, lifting it up, lessening it in some way, mitigating the harm. But in the end result, whether the souls leave through that pathway or another pathway, a great deal more souls are going to be leaving before we flip over to Earthtopia. And that's part of their plan. They didn't want to be here for this part of it. The real nitty-gritty of the battle for control of Earth. That's the part they're going to skip. So some of them wanted to stay as long as they could, but we're getting closer and closer. So we will see more going. And as much as you can, just bless them as they move on their journey and know that it's part of their pre-birth plan. They didn't want to stay. So don't get swept into the depths of grief and mourning. Wish them well. Know that you can still contact them. They're not really gone. They're just on the other side of the veil. And for the rest of us, hunker down and do your best. Hang on to those angels and keep moving forward. Try not to fall into fear, doubt, and worry, because that sets you back. And we all need to be empowered, strong, wearing our angel armor and moving forward step by step. That's what's going to get us to Earthtopia. Susanna, are there shifts in animal behavior we should be aware of during the 4D shift? Any way to help ease what they feel? So for Susanna, anything going on with the animals that we need to know about with regard to the shift? Not really. No, they're perceiving it in a different way than we are. And they're more flexible. They're less rigid. So for them, they're always flexing and going with the flow, adapting. That's how they survive. So they're more adaptable to things like this than we are. What we can do, though, is we can study the animals and notice their behavior patterns changing. Take a clue from them. Like recently, I told you a story about I was out walking in the woods, and all of a sudden, this murder of crows, vast amounts, flew up beside me in the woods, and they all landed on the trees around me. And then they got all kerfuffled again, and then they took off and went a little further ahead, and they all landed again. And I was trying to figure out, is this a message for me? But I got, no, it wasn't a message for me. It was more about there was a big weather pattern coming in, a big, storm like we're getting tonight. And they were just putting the word out, the alert to everybody who had ears to listen. Hey, pay attention. You might want to start moving towards shelter soon because the heavens are going to open up and let loose. So it can be like that. If we pay attention to the animals, they can help us a lot. But nothing we have to worry about with regard to the animals. Marie, thank you. It resonates great. And things are merging. You're just curious how. Yeah, well, that's the ticket, isn't it? Because they're not going to tell you how. You got to figure that out for yourself. That's your creativity coming into play, because they don't want to limit you. This is for you to step out on the grander scale. You are bringing together two powerhouse skills and merging them into something that's greater than the individual parts. So just allow it to unfold in its own timing, and it will be perfect. Always keeping in mind, it's got to be what feeds your soul. Keep reaching for that brass ring of what feeds your soul. It will be just so phenomenal. So keep us posted on how that goes. Shauna, messages from Archangel Metatron for you. Okay. So for Shauna, what would you like to share with her? Brightness and light. Are you saying she's been feeling down? Yeah, it's feeling like you've been struggling a little bit, Shauna, maybe a little depression or just not your usual cheerful self. And they're just wanting to lift you up. They're saying, come on, honey, let's have a party. Let's celebrate. Let's get out of the doldrums, because, there's just no time for that. There is so much happening in the world, in your life, in your expansion. So as much as possible, put that aside. Reach for the light, reach for the party hats, and just go celebrate your amazing self. Allow that to expand. Invite friends. Don't do it by yourself. It'll be better if you do it with friends. But try doing that for a little bit to jolt yourself out of any doldrums that there are. You don't want to stay there. So I hope that makes sense. Oh, thanks, Susanna. I don't know about FODMAP, so thanks for sharing that. That might be exactly what she needs. Well, let me just ask. So for Renee, is FODMAP an optimal choice too? Yeah, it feels really good. Yeah, thank you, Susanna. That's very helpful. Holly, hey, for your daughter Addison, would a focus on cosmetology classes after high school be in her best interest? Any wisdom? Okay, so for Addison, cosmetology after high school, is that an optimal choice? Oh, no. It might feel like it on the surface, but it's not going to give her the depth that she wants. She wants something more significant, more consequential for her life. Might take a little longer to study it. So, okay, so could she do cosmetology in the short term and then move on to something later? She could do that, but just know it's not a long-term avocation for her. It won't feed her soul. So what can you share with her? What wisdom do you have? Oh, take your time, honey. Don't rush. This is the time where you look ahead with excitement, but don't forget to enjoy your life. Don't get in such a hurry for the next chapter that you preclude having that time of just being. Just enjoy the exuberance of being you, being alive, being in the world today. More of that, and that will influence your perception as you move forward, settling on the best choices for your future. So letting that fun come in there is super important for you, Addison. That will help you to have greater clarity about the direction you're going. And then always ask for and only accept the very best. That's what your soul craves, and that's what your soul deserves. And your angels love to do that for you. So keep asking and asking and asking. They'll keep delivering. Oh, 423. Yeah, I'm in PA too. So we just had that storm, and it sounds like it's quieted down now finally. Oh, there's a little more thunder. but at least the rain's not pounding the way it was. Debbie, thank you. You are going boating tomorrow, and self-care is for Dana's heart. Yeah, I know. I can feel it. Your land has been dropping oak branches and a huge tree died, so you'll have lots of wood to burn. Oh, that is so beautiful. That's like Mother Nature is providing for you, so you don't have to work so hard. Isn't that wonderful? And, whenever we have these storms, I always think of it like Mother Nature is pruning. She's getting rid of the weak and the dead stuff so that it can come down and then not be there later to cause more problems when we have those freezing storms that will happen. So they're real blessings there. That's fabulous. So enjoy your boat ride. Have a great time. Vivian, you have a current business. Should you continue with that business? So for Vivian, is it an optimal choice to continue with her present business? No. Ooh, okay, not at all. No, shift out of that as soon as you can, Vivian. It's not a good match for you. So does she have a clue about? Yeah, you do. There's something you've been wanting to do. You've been afraid. You've been holding back. You've been making the safe choice. Stop making the safe choice, Vivian. That does not feed your soul. Reach out there and grasp that thing that feeds your soul and start doing it sooner. The sooner you do that, the better things are going to get in your life. So there might be a transition time, of course. You can't just jump, drop one and go to another, but not necessarily anyway. But as much as you can, move towards that direction of what feeds your soul. Always do that because that's in your highest and best. $423. Advice from your guides. Oops, hang on, you jumped. Oh, you guys, it's almost 9 o'clock. We got to stop taking new questions. Where did you go? Hang on. Oh, you jumped again. There you go. Okay. So for 423, asking for advice or what pursuit career-wise. So for 423, is her present career an optimal choice for her soul? Feels good, 423. Branching out, though. I'm seeing you like at the tree, branching out. Don't go in just one direction. Allow it to expand. Don't play small. Let it go bigger. When you get this excited feeling about something, inquisitive feeling, go explore it. See how you might bring it in and incorporate with what you're already doing. But you don't want to be in that place of tunnel vision. That is boring. And that just shuts down all the joy of your soul journey. So it's always about expansion. Don't let yourself get put in a box. Boxes are not for souls. They're for pizza. So come out of that box, expand, and do the thing that feeds your soul. Feel the joy. Debbie, you bought a blade for your side-by-side so you can both plow. Oh, cool. That is going to come in very handy this winter. Yeah, I wish it were not so, but that's what it's feeling like. Letty, thank you. Angels and guides can't wait. You will let go of the anxiety starting now. That's perfect. Yes. Many blessings to you, Letty. Keep it away from you. It doesn't serve you. Okay. Bye, Kelly. Thanks for being here. Patty D, you are so welcome. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Patty. I appreciate that. Jackie, anything for you? You're feeling a tingle in your solar plexus. Cool. So for Jackie, anything you want to share with her? I'm hearing the word momentum, Jackie. So are you saying something she's doing is gaining momentum? Yeah, you're on the right track. Keep going. It's gaining momentum. Even though it might not in the short term look like it, you're going in the right direction. So more of that. Keep going. And they're singing the song Anticipation. So you're getting a concert from Aretha. She's singing Anticipation for you. No, that's not Aretha, is it? But I'm hearing Aretha singing it. Okay. So for whatever that's worth. And it's like the slow buildup. Know that it's going to be the slow buildup. It's okay. Be patient. Allow it to unfold because it is going to be so worth the wait. So juicy. Yeah. So savor that anticipation. Oh, you know what it was? Aretha started singing it. And then it's like Carly Simon kind of crowded in and it's like, hey, that's my song. So there you go. You're getting both of them chiming in for you. 423. When you hear Sirius makes sense for you. It stands up, but part of you says there's no way to prove it to your ego self. But it sounds cool being a starseed. Yeah, for sure, you're a starseed. Just a matter of figuring out which one. And that's not something I can do on the fly here. That takes more investigation. But yeah, if you feel resonance with it, investigate it more. You know, you might have people in your inner soul group, your family, your soul group family, that are serious. So it could be them, could be you, and it's just something that's familiar to you for that reason. Okay, gotta run, Beth. Glad you could be here. Feel better. Thank you for the super chat, Letty. That is so sweet. In order to make your move abroad, you're putting your house up for sale. Will it sell quickly at an excellent price? So for Letty, her house, is it highly likely it will sell quickly? Pretty quickly, not immediately. It's going to take a little bit of time, but not immediately. So is it possible it could be sold within 3 months? Yeah, possible. Less than 3 months? Maybe, but it's going to be pushing it. It might. There could be shifts that happen. So here's the thing, Letty. As much as possible, stay on your soul path. Whenever you get an inspired idea, take action immediately, because that could connect you with just the right person to cause that sale to go through faster. So ask your angels to help accelerate the sale, because you need it to be done in a timely fashion for your move, and just allow it to happen. But know that, yeah, that's coming. Now, what about price? Is it highly likely she will get her asking price? I get a big yes on that. Is it highly likely that more than one person will want the house, so that she might have a bidding war? That's possible. It is possible. So be open to that. Allow the angels to always bring you this or something better. Very exciting. So keep us posted on how that goes. Nyla, hey, you have the opportunity to increase your time at work to 75%. You mean from part-time to 75%, I hope you're saying. You had purpose. Oh, yeah. Okay. So you purposely decided to work 50% since January for your health. Gotcha. Okay. So for Nyla, would it be an optimal choice for her to increase her work to 75%? Oh, it's feeling good right now, Nyla. So you're saying that she has attended to the self-care and she is now health-wise able to work 75%. Yeah, they're saying go for it. You might want to go slow and steady, though. Don't push it too fast, too soon, because you know jobs will do that to you. Take your time. Walk, don't run. Feel your way through it. And if you have days where you're feeling like, not quite there yet, then be kind to yourself. Acknowledge that and do the extra self-care. But if you do all that extra precaution, 75% is doable for you now. Thank you for the like button, Debbie. Wildflower Wind, hey, welcome. You miss your mom. Can you connect with her? Yes, you can. If you haven't already gotten my meditation Connecting with Guides on akashaunleashed.com, get that, because it leads you in very slowly through this meditation journey to take you to the other side, to take you to a place where you call your guides. So when you get there, just call mom. Ask her to come in and sit with you or walk with you. You can talk with her, you can touch her, you can hold her, you can ask her questions, you can have that full experience. And know that when you're there with her, you really are there with her. You're not making it up. It's as real as you being here right now on this call. The fifth dimension is like that. When you're there, your soul is there. You are having that experience. It's not make-believe. So yes, you can. I'm not sure if you're asking me to ask her for something, so I'm going to do that too. So Wildflower Wind, Mom, do you have anything you want to share with her? Yeah, she's like, come and talk to me, baby. And she's saying, but I am talking to you all the time. I don't know if you're aware of it or not, Wildflower. She is around you. She feels your sadness. And when you start feeling that sadness, she draws near. So for your own sake and for her sake, if you can go do the meditation, connect with her to let go of the sadness, you would be giving her such a gift. Because on the other side, it distresses them when we mourn and for, those prolonged periods of time. It's, in the beginning, of course, you're all going to probably feel that way, but the sooner you can get past that and be at peace, knowing that it was their time, they chose to go, and you send them love, wish them well, but know you can reconnect. So the sooner you get there, the better it is for her. So if you can do that, it would benefit the both of you. You'd feel so wonderful knowing that mom is just a thought away anytime you want to connect with her, but she is keeping an eye on you. So I hope that helps. 423. Last year, you were into the astrology more than this year. So you were excited for 8-8. This year, you think not so much. Last year was more fun, so maybe you can get excited. Well, the thing is, it is a very powerful energetic shift if it's meaningful to you. You might be fine without it, but just be open to the possibility that this one's probably going to be more intense than they have been in the past, because now we're in 4D. What is it going to feel like in 4D? I mean, here we are at the 7th, almost there. So you're probably already feeling an inkling of it, but be open to the possibility that there might be something there for you to learn or to receive. If it's there, you'll get it. And if not, no big deal. You just commemorate the occasion and move on. But it could be, so why not? So let's just ask the question. For 423, is there something for her to receive from the Lionsgate portal? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Insights, more insights, downloads. So don't ignore it. Maybe you want to do a little meditation. Just open yourself up to Lionsgate. Ask your angels to guide you and ask them to facilitate receiving whatever it is energetically or message or both that's wanting to come through. But yeah, there is something there for you if you want it. So that's up to you. You're welcome, Sheila. Oh, Mary, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. You received so much advice this evening. Love and blessings. Oh, thank you. Right back to you. I appreciate it. 423. Yeah, I'm in PA with you. So have Metatron take an Uber to your place. Yeah, I think I'm staying in. It's still not done out there. And I have my granddaughter here. So yeah, we're hanging out. Yeah, Metatron can be male, female, or androgynous. To me, he's always shown up as a he, so I say he. But if the angel Metatron shows up to you as female, that's perfectly fine. It's like the angel Gabriel. I always see Gabriel as a male. A lot of people see it as Gabrielle. It doesn't matter because angels don't really have a gender. We're kind of projecting that onto them. So let it be whatever it wants to be and know that that is perfect. You don't have to change what you're seeing because somebody else sees something differently, because we're all seeing through our perfect lens for our soul. Richard, do the angels see our 77 Oldsmobile being sold soon? Will we get the money we need? So for Richard, is it highly likely his 77 Oldsmobile will be sold soon? Not soon, Richard. Okay, so can you give us a time frame? Would it be in the year 2023? Yes. Okay, that's one step. Will it be September? So you're saying for sure September is a really likely time for it to go? Okay, good. September. So it's like maybe fall time when people are going back to school. Maybe, is it a student like? So there's a possibility maybe a student needing a car to go back to school. And will they get a good price for it? It's feeling like it's not going to quite be as much as you want, Richard. Should they hold out for something better? No. Bird in the hand. They're saying bird in the hand, Richard. Take that offer and go with it. And then put that money to use doing what you need to do sooner. Don't hold off. But also don't forget to ask your angels for this or something better, because they can spin that, whatever you get from the car, bringing other things into it to make it expand. So the important thing is that it gets sold, gets out, and you can then move on, having that energy and whatever the money is to move forward. So yeah, don't be tight-fisted about it. Let it flow. That'll serve you way better. Shauna, you're welcome. Thank you, Linda. Questions closed here. Okay. Thanks, Debbie. Questions closed. Yeah, I appreciate that. Jackie, it was spot on. Oh, I'm so glad. Holly, you're welcome. Oh, Sheila, thank you for the super chat. Very generous. I appreciate it. Okay, we're at the end, you guys, and it's 9:04. How perfect is that? All right. Well, let's just take a minute to say thank you, because I forgot to do that in the beginning. So we should at least say thank you once. So take a couple deep breaths. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody who showed up tonight, for those who were just lurking, for those who engaged in the questions, for those who brought the really thought-provoking metaphysical questions, especially so that we can all expand. Thank you to every angel, guide, team member, for each of you, and to mine, for being here with us to enclose us in this beautiful circle of love, light, wisdom, insight, excitement, anticipation for the future. And on this eve of Lion's Gate, we thank you for this special blessing, for this energy. And we ask you to lift us all up into whatever is available to us personally through the experience of Lion's Gate. Help us to feel it, to see it, to receive it, and to use it to the utmost of our ability. Thank you, as always, for showing up, for answering our questions so faithfully. We deeply love and appreciate you. Thank you to all of you for being here. Much love to you. Mwah. See you next time. Bye.